Hello, Brother Melvin here again. We ask you and we solicit your comments for this program. What we will try to tackle this week is what I promised the last program, and we will be tackling the 10 questions as to what 10 questions can do to better our community, our family, and the upbringing and the disciplinary actions of our children. In the beginning of this program, you saw a shot of a family, a black family. You saw, first of all, the father. There he is. The most proud man there is on the face of the earth is a daddy. He's proud. He's black. He's in his family's life. His name is Papa Joe. We love Papa Joe. Papa Joe is known throughout the entire neighborhood as kind, caring, and friendly. Papa Joe can say anything to anyone's children when they are caught doing wrong. Then you have his wife, Big Mama. Big Mama is loved throughout the neighborhood. She's called and she answers to the name Big Mama by all the children in the neighborhood. She has the ability and the right, and she has the okay by all the parents to discipline all the children in the neighborhood. Big Mama is loved by everybody, not just her own children. And you have Big Mama and her firstborn, Thelma. As you see, she's combing Thelma's hair. This is a ritual that normally takes place at the end of every day, preparing for the next school day. Thelma, by the way, is a young adolescent who loves hip-hop music, who loves the now time, who loves to dress like her contemporaries at school. Thelma went to school and she learned. She got her degree. She got her high school diploma. But beforehand, before all of that happened, Thelma used to be just your average, everyday little girl. She had her dolls and her dogs and her pets to play with. Thelma was a very bright girl. Thelma was a very beautiful black girl. Thelma loved life. Until Thelma one day made a bad decision and got pregnant. In being pregnant, Thelma had to grow up quickly. Thelma had to grow up in ways that she was not prepared for. Thelma's body developed in ways that her mind was not ready or had not caught up to. Thelma now has a child. That child's name is Bebe. Thelma named her child Bebe because it was a popular name. The name that was so popular that it caught the eye of everyone that Thelma and Bebe ran into. Now, let's get to the original program. And it is about family, our black family. It's all based on nowadays what Thelma is going through with Bebe. Things have changed. Things have changed. The question we'll be tackling this week is question number 2. Why is it that we always put the little girls who are getting pregnant on Front Street and talk about their trials and tribulations? True, their trials and tribulations are just as real as anyone else. But it takes two to tango. And today we want to focus on the boy, the young men who will soon be daddies. We call them daddies because there's a big difference between being a daddy and a father. What we focus in on this program and what we will attempt to do is to try to teach young men, or the beginning anyway, of how to handle being a parent, a young black parent. Because you see, our society, our technology, this world is eating up our children's understanding of what it means to be young. We're at the age and we're at the time now in our lives and in this world that young people don't know what it means to be young. Young people are older now than the people that are around them. They talk with an older language. They listen to everything that's older, and they try to be older before their time. It is important for us to realize that youth is not something that should be taken lightly. Everyone who is young should hold their youth up in their hands every day and thank the Lord for the time that they have to be young, because it doesn't last long enough. It is so important for us we're going to put Thelma down because she's a little tired, because we believe she may be pregnant again, which is the norm these days. The second that the little girl gets pregnant, the second that she goes for her 6-month checkup at the doctor, she's pregnant again. The reason for that is they're listening to these young boys without men in their lives. I totally believe that all children, young boys and young girls, need a strong father figure, a male in their lives, to teach them about life. It is important, God bless, that we have certain people who still understand this concept, that we have certain people, such as the people on this program, who are still making an effort to get this information out. Hopefully we have enough young people to listen to where it will begin to change the course of their lives. Young people right now are bogged up and consumed with the technology that is available to them. The problem that I find with that technology is it is not progressive, it is not positive, and it is not spiritual based. What we need is what we don't have: more God, more understanding of who and what God is, what he has done for us, what he is doing for us now. The church has a real big responsibility that I think they fall short on. So that means it is up to the parents, young and old. The young ones must look to the old ones to get this information, but the old ones must be willing to share, must be willing to give the young people an understanding of what they've been through, so the element of experience doesn't always have to come into play. Sometimes you can avoid a lot of hardship, a lot of pain, a lot of suffering, just by having your mind opening to listening to someone who has been through life before you. It is important for us to realize that if you don't put God in your life, all of these things fall. Everything comes down, and you have a lot less chances to be successful in your life. Having a closer walk with God is so important in the upbringing of a family. God put two together, Big Mama and Papa Joe. They love each other so much that they created a family with Thelma, and they even accept Thelma's child. Now, the problem that we have in our society now is that Thelma did not get the upbringing that her mother got. So therefore, her mother is taking care of little Thelma's child. What we need to do is have some sort of forum, and we can start it here today, to where as we learn to talk. I said it in a previous program that asking questions is more important than we can ever know. I encourage you to ask questions. I encourage the teenagers, talk to your parents. And for the teenagers, for the babies that are not having babies, I encourage you to seek out information anywhere you can. Make sure it's the right information, make sure it applies to you, and make sure that you share it. Because having information and being successful is not about keeping it in one's pocket. It is about sharing it. We encourage you to leave your comments on this program. This is a continuing series, and we will return with the next portion next week. We thank you. God bless. Brother Melvin here.